Hello friends. Welcome to the Audiobooks Library channel. Do you ever stand frozen in the aisle of a grocery store, completely overwhelmed by 50 different types of cereal, feeling anxious instead of free? Have you ever spent hours endlessly scrolling through movies, only to go to sleep exhausted without watching anything at all? Today, we are going to rescue you from the exhausting trap of endless options with The Paradox of Choice by Barry Schwartz, a brilliant guide offering the core wisdom that having fewer choices actually creates much more happiness and peace in our lives. Here are the main points you'll learn from this summary. Why having an overwhelming number of choices paralyzes your mind instead of liberating it. The heavy burden of regret that comes when you constantly wonder about the options you didn't choose. The crucial difference between a maximizer who seeks perfection and a satisficer who accepts what is good enough. How the endless pursuit of the absolute best is secretly destroying your daily happiness. The beautiful freedom found in voluntarily limiting your own choices and embracing simplicity. Imagine walking into a massive, dazzling shopping mall that stretches as far as the eye can see. Everywhere you look, bright signs are flashing, promising that if you just make the perfect choice, the perfect phone, the perfect career, the perfect partner, you will finally be happy. We have always been taught that freedom means having infinite choices, and that more freedom automatically equals a better life. But as you wander through this gigantic mall, something strange begins to happen. Instead of feeling joyful, a heavy, suffocating anxiety starts to build in your chest. With thousands of paths to take, how can you be absolutely sure you are picking the right one? Barry Schwartz gently takes us by the hand and leads us away from the overwhelming noise of the mall. He explains that while a little bit of choice is a wonderful blessing, an explosion of choice becomes a dark, heavy curse that paralyzes our souls. As we sit down on a quiet bench away from the chaos, our guide introduces us to two very different types of travelers in the journey of life. The first traveler is the maximizer. This person exhausts themselves examining every single option, endlessly reading reviews, terrified of making a mistake, and always hunting for the absolute best. Even when they finally make a choice, they are haunted by the ghosts of the things they left behind, whispering, "What if the other one was better?" The second traveler is the satisficer. This beautiful soul knows exactly what they need, and the moment they find something that meets their standards, they choose it, smile, and move on with their life. They do not torture themselves with the impossible dream of perfection. We realize that to find true peace, we must stop trying to maximize every tiny detail of our existence and learn to beautifully, gracefully accept what is simply good enough. The deeper we walk into this quiet new understanding, the more we see how expectations are the true thieves of joy. When we are faced with infinite options, our expectations skyrocket to impossible heights. If you only have two types of jeans to choose from and they don't fit well, you blame the world. But if there are hundreds of styles and you still feel uncomfortable, you blame yourself, carrying a crushing weight of personal failure. By intentionally putting blinders on, by bravely restricting our own options, and by making binding decisions without constantly looking over our shoulders, we reclaim our mental energy. We stop drowning in a sea of endless comparison and start actually swimming in the joyful, present moments of our lives. The moral of this story is that true freedom does not come from having a million different paths to choose from. True, lasting freedom comes from confidently walking down one good path and leaving the heavy burden of what if completely behind you. Some important points we must keep in mind. Stop seeking absolute perfection and learn to be truly happy with what is good enough. Intentionally limit the number of choices you make every single day to save your precious mental energy. Never compare your journey or your choices to the perfectly filtered lives of others. Make your decisions confidently and stubbornly refuse to look back or second-guess yourself. Practice deep gratitude for the things you have chosen, rather than mourning the endless options you missed. That's all for today, thank you, and please take great care of yourselves.